Hello guys, Phoenix 601 here with your Legends shenanigans for the day. Got a ranked game to just kind of show off here. I know I did, we went through ranked the prior week where it was tier 6s, right? And we had a much better time. So I actually gave up on, I was getting a little too frustrated playing through ranked, but we did manage to carry a couple teams, a couple of games through. Yeah, we'll highlight. I picked this one to just kind of showcase, right? So we're in the Z-23, right? This is a regular tech tree German destroyer. And the trick here with rank when it's sort of regular ships. I mean, you not just like regular ships, right? But like no like modifications, right? It's just 5-on-5, right? And so what they typically do here, right? They're allowing one destroyer per team. So I did have to end up, like matchmaking time was a little bit longer. But if you've got like a decent destroyer player, and this is what we ran into like the prior week too, and we were just able to just crush so well. It's just do some good DD play, and you come out on top the vast majority of the time, right? So just going in, hunting down the other enemy destroyer is kind of key here. Now, I was surprised their destroyer did not push up into the B zone here, into the B hole. So we're going to be patient, right? I don't want to put myself too far up, because then if the example where we do get spotted by their destroyer and I'm way up into enemy territory, right, we're going to go down quick, right? Picardy, especially something like Picardy out here where they've got like just probably, insane secondaries, right? That like, I don't want to get spotted by him, right? So we're going to drop our smoke here. Our detectability range is 5.3. This Picardy is getting quite close to it. We did trigger a flood on him, so he did use his damage con. So it'd be nice to be able to trip a fire here. Don't have the best reload on this ship for main guns. But, right, this is a very like balanced build though. And then I'm just gonna take advantage of the fact that we're gonna use our smoke screen here. Now this is gonna give us a little bit of we'll put ourselves in a little bit of a pickle here, because we're gonna trip the sonar here too, just to keep this guy spotted. He is close enough to us now. But like we're gonna be in a situation where normally I'm using the smoke and sonar to try and hunt down the enemy destroyer, but he's obviously hung back so much here. So I'm gonna just try and use it to get rid of this Picardy. We lost a battleship already, so we're already going into carry mode with this team. And then as he keeps pushing in, I've only got 30 seconds or so left on my smoke screen, so we're gonna start moving away. There's a high likelihood we're gonna get spotted here. We do trip a flood there, so he should go down quite quickly. So yep, that's going to, our timing was just absolutely perfect there, right? But now we're in a situation where like we've evened the score. We've got B captured. There is their Fletcher, right? So we do have a little bit of advantage here, right? He doesn't have like sonar or radar, but he's going to have good guns, right? So I was running into much better destroyer players this time around at tier 7 ranked. There's a lot more, you've got the like newish pan-European line that's got the radar, right? So you've got split that you can go out, and radar is going to beat sonar out for range every time. And if you run into a team that just knows to focus fire on the destroyer, you're screwed, right? So I ran into that a little bit, a couple of good split players out there. Tried playing split myself, and it kind of went okay. Like we had like a couple of wins and a couple of losses, and it was just like, it was taking too long to get through ranked for the minimal rewards that you get for ranked. I think they need to up the rewards for ranked instead of just, it's basically a handful of steel, right? But anyway, so yeah, we had a good game here, right? Just because now I at least know where the Fletcher is, and so we can just hang out, right? Basically, what I need to do is wait for my smoke and sonar to come back, and then we can go and hunt down that Fletcher. We did lose another battleship, so we're again down another ship, so we're still outnumbered here. Am I gonna get that torp hit on that Kansas right in the nose? Yes, with the flood too. That's perfect. Right, so these guys are kind of hanging out clustered together, right? So I was using the wide spread on the torps here, because we're kind of doing double duty. We could get a hit on each of them right from one rack here. We can see the smoke. We know that Fletcher's coming in, trying to sneak into the zone here. I do take the shot here, which obviously is going to get us detected. That's fine. He goes dark, and then we're just going to hold off firing our guns. We're going to wait out the 20-second penalty of being spotted here, right? So when you fire your guns and somebody sees you, has line of sight within your range, right, you're going to be spotted for 20 seconds before you go back to your normal concealment, your normal detection range, right? So I'm just going to move away. Be nice if we draw some fire from these guys. That's fine, because that would take a little bit of heat off of our battleships. He's going to get around that torpedo. Right, I'm being patient here, right? I know we can get ourselves, we wait for our sonar and smoke to be back and ready, right? We can get ourselves in a situation where we can overtake that Fletcher, and then, which should be easy pickings from there on out, right? They've got a battleship that's out of play, right? He's like kind of far out in the back, right, with full health. So you're really doing a disservice to your team if you're not potentially, you know, especially when you're noticing your battleships going down and you're sitting there in the back at full health, right? You could at least be drawing some fire, right? Just watch your angling, right? But yeah, and then, I mean, same for our team. We had one of our battleships went wide too. So the Fletcher must have left the zone. So, but I can see we've got twist and track, right? We've got the little halo locator thing. So he's still up there by that smoke. So, and my sonar is about to be ready, right? We've got 25 seconds left on it. So I'm starting to make my move now. And if we can get the destroyer, right, it's just a matter of being patient to, you know, utilize our point advantage, and then just, you know, and concealment and torpedoes on the remaining battleships. Get 2 hits on that. I think that was the Kansas. But no, Kansas was dead. This was, who was this in the rolling smoke? Yeah, the Roma's got the rolling smoke, right? The Italian battleships, it's my bad. Right, so he was undetected because he was sitting in his rolling smoke, but we managed to hit him with torpedoes anyway, and we get the finishing blow from the flood there. So that gives us 2 kills, right? We have 2 of the 3 kills here. We do finally bring us into an advantage, ship advantage here. And then, yeah, Fletcher is right. He's close enough now. He's going to pick us up. That's fine. I'm going to try and get within my sonar range here, which is, I think, is 4.4 for this ship. Right, there's some better choices out there, too. I think, like, if you have Schomburg, right, the premium one, or, like, Liu Yang, I think, has, like, sonar that goes out to, like, 5-some kilometers, too. You could have done... this is obviously over, right? This was this past weekend, right, for ranked here. But we're going to drop our smoke. He does do quite a bit of work on us, right? He's gonna have better firing guns than us, right? You notice his reload's significantly better. But we can get ourselves in that sweet spot here where we've got sonar picking him up, and then we're in the smoke and he can't see us, so that gives us huge advantage there. So that's 3 of the 4 kills, right? We only missed out on 1 kill here for this game. But yeah, I even had like games where I had taken out their destroyer, and it was just like early on too, for this round of ranked, and I gave us that huge advantage, and then somehow my blue team still managed to throw it, with just bad battleship play. So you can't do all of the work yourself. Yeah, you can see these 2 guys both are low on health, right? So we need to make sure that we don't get spotted here, because this Bismarck, right, could potentially take out, you know, he's got enough health to take out both my remaining battleships here, right? So there goes the Iowa. We can get a cheese shot on the nose there before we get detected, right before he comes around the corner, and then we're going to have to hold off firing and hope for a torpedo hit, and we do get that. So we'll take a look at the leaderboard. I didn't go through the build on this one. Like I said, I didn't play as much ranked as I was expecting, just because we were kind of having some bad luck with matchmaking. But that ended up being a good game. And so we do get the top spot there pretty easily, 2800 XP. But that's going to be it for the video, guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure you're following the channel, and we'll see you next time.